Hi everyone and welcome back to Sketch and Chill. And today I thought we'd take a look at a night scene, more like early evening really, with the sun just setting in the background. Here I am just sketching away at about 10 times normal speed for the usual reason. I don't want to bore you to death. So we've got about a minute or maybe a minute and a half of this, after which we'll jump straight into the painting. I have to say it's the first time I've done an evening scene, so it's a bit of an experiment for me, this one. I'm not entirely sure how to tackle it, but I've got an idea. Whether it'll work or not, we'll see. This is a fairly simple scene to sketch, really. Not entirely accurate, but then that's not a concern. It's just all about getting the feeling of the scene. This, by the way, is a street in Lincoln in the UK, and strangely enough it's called Steep Hill. Hopefully that comes across in the drawing as being a steep hill. Just finishing off with a few bits and pieces here. Just to give the impression of it being a moderately complex scene. Okay, here we go into the painting, starting at the sky as usual, wetting that down with just water and a bit of cerulean blue, maybe a bit of turquoise, maybe a bit of cobalt, just trying to give the impression of an early evening sky. Now for the rest of it, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start, in a moment you'll see two red rings appear, and those red rings are the two main sources of light in this scene. There they are. One's the street lamp there, which is in the foreground, and the other one is a sort of a lamp in the distance, street lamp in the distance, and a window. Both these areas are the main source of light, so obviously I'm concentrating at the yellow around those areas. As the light extends out onto the scene, it becomes sort of more orangey red, which is what I'm trying to do here, just to give that impression of the light sources. It's not the easiest thing to do. You need to sort of try and keep some of the areas just clear of paint. Well, mostly the light sources. A lot of fiddling around here to try and get that effect of the light sources spreading out and slowly diminishing. I'm probably using a lot more paint than I normally would here. It wasn't intentional, it's just the way it worked out. The background is fairly easy because that's all sort of a bluey grey, in the distance there. That's the beauty of watercolour. You know, if you put too much paint down, you can just wet the area and dab it with some tissue or a brush and get back to the white paper, more or less, as long as you don't do it too often. But hopefully we're going to be getting the impression of the two light sources, I hope. Like I say, it's my first attempt really at doing well, you could call it a night scene. It's an early evening really, I guess. Very great danger of overworking here. I've jumped ahead a bit here onto the final bit, which is just doing some trees there. Not trees, some greenery, if you will. There's quite a bit of greenery behind that large lamp in the foreground, but of course it's not green, it's sort of yellowy orange because of the strong street light. Foliage is very dark green, but the outer extremities of that foliage on the left is obviously quite light because of the light coming from the right hand side there. Getting some more sort of depth into the sky to make it feel more of an evening scene. And sort of more or less finished, but just a little bit of highlighting with a fibre pen here and there. Again, got to be careful of not overdoing this. Yeah, it's not coming out too badly. It's not fantastic. I mean, I do feel as though I have perhaps overworked it a little bit. But hopefully the end result will be reasonable. Bit of fountain pen work here, and then I'll just finish it off with some white highlighting. In fact, that's the end now. That's it finished. This is the finished article, and you can see where I've highlighted the white bits or the light bits. Okay, thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye for now.